Alrighty. Welcome everyone. So this is going to be my third live video ever. The air signs have the privilege of being the third element that I do a live video for. Thank you all for all the love and support, for real. It is greatly appreciated. We are going to start off this video with Gemini, the first of the air signs. Gemini Collective, I hope all is well. I said, let's go. Awesome. Alrighty, y'all. What do we have for Gemini? What do we have for Gemini? Next 6 months. What can we tell Gemini moving forward? Alright, if y'all are familiar with what I do here at Free Will Tarot, you'll know that in 3 shuffles, 1, a 2, a 3, I do the bridge shuffle, which is the green light to send scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety, so that I may cut this deck with them. Oh yes, that's the name of the game. There it is, and there it was. Go ahead and send scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety, and I will cut this deck. And if you are joining me after the live stream has ended, go ahead and do so as well. I love it when y'all interact with me in the comments. All right. Go ahead and cut this deck. All right, Gemini, 3 card spread for you. This is your situation or how you're showing up to the next 6 months of your life, the challenge, and the possible outcome and or advice. And then we will get 1 card. Thank you, by the way, for interacting with me in the comments. We're going to get 1 oracle card for the overall theme and or topic. What do we have for the Gemini Collective? What can we tell Gemini moving forward in the next 6 months? All right, 3 more. 1, 2, whoops, and 3. I do not take flyers or jumpers. Alrighty, cutting the deck one more time. And we have the top card being the overall theme and or topic for you, Gemini, being expand your universe. Expand your universe. This is giving Jupiter vibes. I don't know what's going on in the astrology with Jupiter, but I do feel with it being the start of the new astrological year, being Aries season currently, we're about knee deep in Aries season. I do feel like you are wanting to take action and or expand your horizon, upon your horizon, mind you. Expand your universe. We're going to get an overall, we're going to get a deeper message from the guidebook and see what the guidebook has to say. But yeah, intuitively, I'm feeling that you're ready to learn more. You're ready to possibly communicate and or ready to take action. You're ready to network possibly and get some assistance from others in order to expand your universe. Expand your universe. Alrighty, look up. It is time to be curious and to shift your attention to global and universal issues. Expand your knowledge, expand your mind. Monitor global events. Become an informed observer. Even when it appears that global issues have little importance or bearing on your community, they may have an unseen and unanticipated influence or be a part of a global issue that will ultimately affect the inhabitants of the entire planet. You don't have to travel to learn about other countries' politics, geography, and industry. There is a wealth of information at hand if you are willing to look, read, learn, ask questions, discover. Learning about other cultures promotes understanding and may reveal ties to your community that you did not consider. Explore other countries' politics, industries, trade, languages, social habits, food, music, and art. We live in a multicultural world, and in looking beyond our borders, we can learn more about the other cultures that dwell within them. Familiarize yourself with the natural world and the impact we humans are having on the other inhabitants of Earth. What animals or plants are indigenous to specific countries or regions, and of those animals and plants, how many are endangered or close to extinction? What are the potential consequences if we allow them to die? Understand that we live in a global community, and issues that affect countries distant from yours, such as political unrest, trade relationships, social injustice, natural disasters, and environmental concerns, often have far reaching effects than we can have a direct and indirect impact on your life. Okay, so this definitely could be a situation where, something global is necessarily affecting the community, and you're wanting to learn how you can be of better service to your community in that regard. Maybe you feel like something global is coming to your hometown. Um, Maybe you feel like certain uh, animals that are becoming extinct are going to be affecting not just, the planet, but coming to your community as well. Something, I don't know what kind of example. I can only imagine. I mean, I know to some degree if bees go extinct, that goes, the source of honey, and I'm sure honey affects what, how we use honey is, honey is beneficial to a lot of foods we eat, so in that degree, in that regard, maybe you are wanting to learn up more about how you can, help save the species of bees, honeybees specifically. I don't know how that's going to relate to this reading, but maybe you're just wanting to, at the very least, get more involved in your community, and like I said before, reading from the guidebook, network more. I do feel like with the Temperance card showing up in the situation, you are wanting to be patient with yourself, with this process of maybe something globally negative, a negative event is affecting you, and you're like, okay, how can I create a better outcome based off of this negative situation? Maybe it's not necessarily going to affect your specific community just yet, but I'm sure with Geminis being intellectual, that you could see far-reaching consequences because of either this global catastrophe or, maybe something across seas, or maybe an animal, a species is becoming extinct, and you could see patterns in which it could affect your community in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I definitely feel like you're being patient with not just yourself, but with the events that are unfolding, on our planet. I feel like you're doing things in moderation. You're about to be in the next 6 months, possibly. Knowing that if you are to do things in excess, or to overdo, to overgive, to overcomplicate things, it's going to be unhealthy to some degree. With the Two of Pentacles and the Challenge, I feel like there was a period of time where the Gemini Collective has been like juggling back and forth. What should I do about this? Should I do this? Should I do that? This is a very important decision that could affect not just your life in the next 6 months, but other people's lives, your community, as well. There's a decision that you've been wanting to make recently, and as I mentioned, this decision could definitely not just affect your life, but other people's lives. You're being, you were being very indecisive, but I feel like you're coming out of a period of time of being indecisive. You're now like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I have to do. You know, no more weighing up the pros and cons of investing in a specific person, investing in a specific group of people, possibly. It's like, no, I see their intentions. Their intentions are good. And I myself am aligned with what they are trying to create, what they are trying to advocate for, possibly. You know, if this is a group of people, maybe you have been, you know, networking and or trying to weigh up the pros and cons of working with specific people, and it's like, there's a little bit of a red flag here and there. Let me give it a little more time. Let me give it a little more, you know, patience. Let me give it a little more time to stew. Let me give myself more time to stew on it and weigh up the pros and cons. I find it a little bit funny, just a little bit, that the Temperance card and the Two of Pentacles both have similarities in the sense that the Angel in the Temperance card has 2 cups. She's alchemizing. And then the Two of Pentacles, yes, is technically about making a decision and or juggling responsibilities. Maybe you're finding it challenging to juggle a lot of responsibilities. I do feel like you're being patient with yourself through juggling these multiple responsibilities, though, which is good. Yeah, I just find it synchronistic that the Angel in the Temperance card is holding 2 cups, and then so is this individual in the artwork of the Two of Pentacles. 2 options, maybe even more options, more possibilities that you're weighing up pros and cons through. And with the High Priestess, this is coming through as the possible outcome and or advice. If it's the possible outcome, I feel like you're about to become wise. You're about to learn secrets, possibly secrets and or knowledge and or wisdom are about to be exposed, either on a global size or just in the community. And this information you stumble upon is going to need you to use your intuition. Maybe before you was up in your head, you know, having a little bit of a fear, maybe a little bit of confusion. And mind you, when we deal with fear and or confusion, those are both branches off of the ego. You know, and when we talk about the High Priestess, it's like, what's the difference between my ego and my intuition? Am I listening to my ego, more so wanting a specific outcome, you know, desiring to stay in my comfort zone? Or am I listening to my intuition, which is telling me, hey, this person or this group of people are safe to invest in. It's safe to network with these people. It's safe to take action and or expand your universe in whatever regard, whether it's knowledge of global events, knowledge of, you know, something in the community you can help be of service of or be of service with. It's like, I feel like you'll be silent. You'll sit on this information. You'll do the right thing. Eventually you will get out of your comfort zone and expand upon that universe, your life, possibly your knowledge. Definitely, though, wisdom. This is, the High Priestess is someone that, yes, has secrets. It's not that she's being deceitful necessarily with these secrets or withholding this information. It's more so that there's certain opportunities that will not come our way if we speak too much about them. Some people could sabotage these opportunities, and it's very important that Geminis are silent with specific information and or using their intuition while maneuvering around other people's communication and or their maybe lack of communication, their inability to see how you know, they could sabotage opportunities for themselves as well. So yes, it's almost like, let me stay silent, let me use my intuition. I don't want to end up losing out on an opportunity. I want to go through this experience as the high priestess, because only through going through the experience is when you will learn that wisdom. It's like, okay, now I understand. You know, their intentions are showing through, their actions speak louder than their words. I can now invest in this person after weighing up the pros and cons. Even though currently you might find it challenging to do so, eventually I do feel like you will take that leap of faith using your intuition and knowing that it is safe to invest in this person or these individuals. That is what I have for you, Gemini. I do hope it helped and or was insightful to some degree. That was kind of a deeper reading than I was expecting, but I do hope it helped. Thank you all for all the love and support. I definitely appreciate it. With that being said, we are going to move on to the Libra reading. About less than 20 seconds. Said, LOL, do it. Thank you so much, everyone, for all the love and support. Whoops. Alrighty, Libra. Hope all of the Libra collective is doing a-okay. And I do hope this reading finds anyone that needs to see the message and or hear the message. All right, what do we have for Libra? What do we have for Libra for the next 6 months? What can we tell Libra about the next 6 months they're about to experience? All right, if y'all are new here, when I do the bridge shuffle, as I'm about to do, and as I do on all of my TikTok lives, when I do the bridge shuffle, after 3 more shuffles, 1, a 2, a 3, that is the green light to send scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety. There it is, and there it was. Go ahead and send scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety. No matter if you are watching this live or after the live stream has ended and I've saved this to my channel, go ahead and send scissors. I love it when y'all interact with me. And thank you all for interacting with me in the comments. Alrighty. So Libra Collective, here is how you are showing up in the next 6 months. Here is the challenge. And here is the possible outcome and or advice. And we're going to get 1 oracle card for you for the overall theme and or topic. What do we have for Libra? Overall theme and or topic for the next 6 months. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And another cutting of the deck. So Libra, your overall theme and or topic is the first card on top of the deck. And we do have undeserving villains. Undeserving villains. So Libra Collective, do you feel like you have individuals that you could necessarily be victimizing yourself towards? Do you feel like there are certain individuals, friends, family members, coworkers possibly, that are sucking your energy, are not necessarily utilizing their power in the right way? We would call that power of abuse, technically. Um, I kind of want to get an overall, yeah. Let's get a deeper message from the guidebook here. Undeserving villains. Because this is a strange one to pinpoint, and it's a long one. Buckle up, this is a long one from the guidebook. Okay, gentle bat knows what it is like to be the undeserving villain. Oh, I had this all wrong. Okay, do you feel like you are the villain in someone else's story, and you're undeserving of this opinion or this accusation? Let's put it that way. Let me start over. Undeserving villains. Gentle bat knows what it is like to be the undeserving villain, prey to the fears of others. From claims that it is a bringer of bad luck to accusations that it is a creature with a sinister compulsion to drink blood, and still more allegations that it is a spreader of disease and pestilence, Bat has suffered at the hands of human ignorance. The facts paint a different picture. Even though bats are an unwitting vector for disease, less than 1% of bats are infected with diseases like rabies. Canine rabies accounts for 98% of cases worldwide, yet our canine companions are not cast in the same light. Another truth that is never mentioned is that people have only been affected and infected by a bat after attempting to catch or harm one. It is our incursion into their habitat that exposes us to the diseases they carry. Over 1,000 bat species consume billions of insects and pollinate hundreds of plant species across the planet. Only 3 species, the infamous vampire bats, consume blood, and they do so because blood is their only source of nourishment. This need does not make them villains. In fact, it could make them heroes. Research into the properties of the vampire bat's saliva has revealed a potential treatment for human stroke victims. Humans vilify bats, destroy their habitat, and use millions of tons of toxic pesticides to kill the insects that bats help to control. Second only to mosquitoes, humans are one of the world's deadliest creatures. Without accounting for the number of animals humans kill, humans murder hundreds of thousands of other humans every year. So who is the real villain? Bat's message is simple. Good and bad exist in all circumstances. All living things are capable of behavior that can be perceived as harmful, but not to the detriment of all the good they do. Don't blindly believe the anecdotal claims and misinformation peddled by false experts, those with a personal agenda, and those who purposely paint someone or something in a bad light. Make sure information is accurate and not based on unfounded fears. Be sure that a little bit of truth has not been woven into a fabric of lies so that the real villain, ignorance, can triumph at the expense of a good person, an unseen hero, or advancement that will benefit the many. Wow. So, yeah, I do feel like someone is accusing you of something. Or it could be that you are accusing someone else of something. If so, this person that is accusing the Libra Collective of something, they need to get their facts straight. They don't know the full truth of your intentions. They don't know the full truth of why you are behaving in a specific manner. And if it is the Libra that is accusing someone else of being a victim, or not a victim, a villain, definitely get your facts straight. You know, ask more questions, get more information about why they're behaving in such a manner and or why they're speaking in such a manner. As I said in the Capricorn reading of the last video I did, it definitely could be that maybe you or someone else if it's not you, could be projecting your fears, could be projecting your insecurities, you know, about, yeah, a situation where you and or another person could be behaving in such a manner that is triggering someone. If it is you that is being triggered, ask yourself why, and I'm sure these triggers will last, the rest of your life, but it doesn't have to control your every behavior, your every action. You know what I'm saying? Be decisive as to, okay, is this accurate, that how I'm perceiving this person? Are they a deserving villain? Are they deserving of my accusations? Is what I'm seeing in them the truth, or am I seeing a mirror of myself, right? With that being said, I'm going to move on to the situation, Ace of Cups. I do feel like, yes, with the Ace of Cups, in the next 6 months, you could be practicing self-love, self-care. I love this for you, Libra. It could even be a new appreciation for self. This could be new love, even, a new romantic partner, possibly. It doesn't necessarily say anything about the undeserving villains, per se, but at the same time, with the 10 of Wands and the challenge, maybe you find it challenging to let go of something. Maybe you find it challenging to let go of residual, past energetic baggage. This energetic baggage could definitely be from past failed relationships in which, something wrong or unfair was done towards you. And now you could be looking at this new love with a lot of confusion. Like, wait a second, I still have this past energetic baggage that I haven't let go of. Did this person in the past do me so wrong that I can no longer trust a new person and trust that this person has good intentions? Are you necessarily projecting your own fears onto this new person? And I mentioned confusion because we do have the 7 of Cups and the possible outcome and or advice. If this is the possible outcome, you could definitely, I don't want to say daydream. It's more so like you're thinking a lot. There's a lot of possibilities as to like what intentions this person has. This person could seem like a villain on the outside, but it's like, I don't want to necessarily judge them by how they look. I don't want to judge them by, I don't know, the way they act or behave. It's like, maybe they do have some sort of like deeper, good intentions, pure intentions that they want to help out, wherever they can, or maybe there's a specific reason they speak in such a manner, I mentioned in the last reading, being for Gemini, that yeah, if you are confused about all the possibilities of why this person is behaving in such a manner, why they're speaking in such a manner, it's like confusion and or fear, to some degree, are both under the umbrella and or branches off of the ego. So definitely Ace of Cups, there's a lot more self-love, a lot more self-care to give to yourself in order to be able to trust new people, especially with, your heart. If this is a romantic situation, it doesn't have to be, it could be in regards to work, or maybe a neighbor, maybe a family member. Definitely try your best to cut through the confusion, ask more questions, get more information, make sure this person is not an undeserving villain based off of your trust issues, your lack of understanding the full picture. Give this person a chance, try to see past the surface level of what they look like. Maybe they do look like a villain to some degree. Maybe they do act in a specific way that's like, you know, that's not very attractive, you know, but hey, maybe they have good intentions behind their silly behavior, or, you know, whatever the case. I'd see past the self, or not the self, I'd see past the surface level of what this person is showing you. I do hope that helped, Libra. I'm going to end the reading there. I hope it was also insightful to some degree. And thank you for all the love and support. With that being said, I am going to move on to Aquarius. Alrighty. What do we have for Aquarius? What do we have for Aquarius? Thank you all for being patient with me. I know you're technically the last one I'm doing a reading for in this video. I will try my best to get some timestamps in the comments after these videos are processed. As I was starting this live video, I noticed that the first two, the fire signs and the earth signs videos, were still being processed by YouTube. I'm not sure if they're like checking for any curse words or anything, you know, that's, I don't know, not allowed or prohibited, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, they are still being processed. So as soon as they are processed and they're uploaded to YouTube, I will definitely try my best to get the best timestamps possible for you. So thank you for being patient with me. Alrighty, what do we have for Aquarius? What can we tell Aquarius moving forward for the next 6 months? What messages does Aquarius for the next 6 months need to hear? All right, 3 more shuffles. 1, a 2, a 3. If y'all are new here to what I do here at Free Will Tarot, when I do the bridge shuffle, that is the green light to send scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety. Send scissors in the comments, and I will cut this deck. That was the bridge shuffle. Go ahead and send scissors or anything sharp and pointy of the emoji variety. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this deck. No matter if you're joining me live right now or if you're watching this video after the live stream has ended and the video has been processed and uploaded to YouTube, definitely interact with me in the comments. I love it. Thank you for interacting with me in the comments. And Aquarius, we're going to get into your reading. Alrighty? Here is the situation, or how you are showing up to the next 6 months of your life. Here is the challenge, and here is the possible outcome and or advice. All right, and we will get a overall theme and or topic from the Oracle deck. What we have for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know moving forward in the next 6 months? 3 more. 1, 2, 3. All right, cut the deck. And the first card on top is the overall theme and or topic. What do we have? Your path alone. Your path alone. I feel intuitively you might have individuals that are trying to decide certain things for you. Your path alone. Maybe not decide something for you. I do know that dating an Aquarius myself, they don't like to be controlled. Sure, to some degree, it could be a little bit attractive if there's some assertiveness, some dominance, some confidence being shown from a specific person, from a, you know, a romantic partner. That can be very attractive, I'm sure. Confidence in general is attractive, no matter what sign we're talking about or who I'm reading for. Confidence is attractive. With that being said, controlling behaviors is not the best way to attract an Aquarius. You know, oh, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that for you. You know, you should do this. You should do that. You know, or don't speak to those people. Don't speak to that person. We're going to do this at that time and this time, and then we're going to go over here and do that. It's like, whoa, slow your roll. Give the Aquarius some options. You know, your path alone, though, speaks a lot about in the next 6 months, there could be a decision that you're needing to make where it's like, no one can make this decision for you. No one can make this decision for you. It's like, show your independence in the next 6 months, and I do feel like it'll be favorable, or you'll have at the very least a favorable outcome. We're going to get a deeper message, though, from the guidebook, Your Path Alone. This is technically the last card in the guidebook. That's crazy. Starting with Y. Because it's alphabetical order. But any Hoosers, Your Path Alone. The blue-banded bee is a solitary soul and also a creature with a specialized ability to buzz, pollinate a variety of plants that require its skill in order to reproduce. It is small, often unseen, and vibrates on a level like no other. Without its natural gifts, we humans would be without a number of much-loved fruits. Not only does the blue-banded bee serve an important purpose, it works hard to continue its line. Using its mandibles, the blue-banded bee digs a burrow into clay or sandstone where it lays an egg. All that it lives and works for is stored within. Although they often congregate together, the blue-banded bee is not part of a hive. It works alone, doing what needs to be done. While being a part of a family or community can provide support and security, some paths must be walked alone. There is knowledge to be gathered, specialized learning to be done, and information to be stored away for later use. Step back, work in solitude and silence. Devote yourself and your time to something special. Practice and refine your skills. Your path and your process are not meant to be shared at this time. Okay, for the next 6 months, you definitely could be more community-oriented, which I found really synchronistic because Aquariuses, yes, are very collective-oriented, community-oriented. I do feel like Your Path Alone speaks of, yes, utilizing your skills, utilizing your tools and resources to better yourself, but also, more importantly, to better the collective. It's like you have a specific skill that you would like to be of service towards others with. And as the guidebook suggested, it might not be in your best interest to share your process with others, but this reading could be in regards to something that has to do, yes, with your skills, or something to do with being of service to the community. I will keep in mind the overall theme and or topic, but yeah, Page of Wands, this is how you are showing up in the next 6 months. I feel like you are possibly going to be on the receiving end of some positive news, possibly regarding the community or skills you have to be of service better for your community. It could be that you are receiving news about a romantic partner, for sure. It could be that you're very excited and or have a lot of passion kicking up in your body, in your soul, a lot of excitement in the sense of I'm feeling expired. I'm feeling inspired now. I'm wanting to take inspired action eventually, but right now I'm just going to feel giddy like a kid again with all this excitement and passion for life, renewed passion. That's what I'm feeling with the Page of Wands. Now, with the Ace of Cups coming up in the challenge, it could feel challenging and or difficult to practice self-love, self-care when it comes to this good news. Maybe this, as I said, this good news could be in regards to a romantic relationship or Maybe you're gaining new resources to continue being of service to others, but it could be very challenging to take care of yourself. You know, in that regard, it's almost like, yeah, I want to be of service to others, but I'm giving all of my energy to everyone around me except myself. I do feel like, yeah, this process that you have, that you're creating a skill or improving upon a skill to be of service to others, it's definitely necessary to keep that information to yourself. This is technically your path alone, but being community oriented, you know, there is a need to serve yourself first. There's a need to fill your cup up first before giving to others. And it's not like, you know, oh, but I have this obligation to this family member or these friends need me over here. It's like, okay, that's fine. You know, maybe you do have obligations to others, but we can't give to others unless our cup is full first. You know, so it's very important to at least practice self-love, self-care, even though you might find it challenging in the next 6 months to have that appreciation for self even. It's like, are you giving certain energy to people, places, or things that aren't giving in return? I'll ask that to the Aquarius Collective and let you ponder on it. I do feel, though, with the Hierophant, if this is the possible outcome, this is going to be you gaining respect, especially if you are receiving positive news about, you know, maybe some resources or tools you're gaining or receiving. You're about to gain a lot of respect from the community, yes. You're about to, in the next 6 months, try to align your belief systems, whether they're spiritual beliefs or not, your belief systems with your daily routines and habits. It's almost as if Aquarius could be like, okay, how can I be of service more to a collective? Well, by practicing self-love and self-care, no matter how challenging it could be in the next 6 months. But it's like, I want to conform to something. I want to maybe have a higher level of commitment, you know, with another individual. Maybe that's where this excitement is coming from. Sure, it is your path alone, that you have to walk this life, you know, technically when we leave this world, we can't bring other people with us. It's like, yeah, when the Aquarius, I'm speaking as if I am an Aquarius, but I'm not. I'm putting myself in y'all's shoes, second person perspective, let's say. When we leave this world, we can't bring other people with us. You know, we can't bring the money that we earn. We can't bring the material wealth and or our material possessions with us. It's like, I'm sure the possible outcome could be that you're learning not just a spiritual lesson of loving yourself first, you know, that maybe you end up giving to someone and receiving news that, hey, that gift of giving to someone is going to be returned because of maybe you find it challenging to practice self-love, to practice self-care, to have a new appreciation of self. I feel like you might end up marrying someone that sees all that you give to the collective, that sees that you deal with your emotions on a deep level. Yes, even though you can detach and or become quote unquote cold, you know, cut people off within an instant. It's like, I feel like someone sees that in you, that you do have deep emotions, you have a depth of you, or to you, and you definitely could be looking at your belief systems like, whoa, you know, that limited belief, that belief that I had about I'm never going to find someone that sees my emotional depth. I'm not going to ever see, myself getting married to someone because no one understands where I come from. This is definitely my path that I have to walk alone, but that doesn't necessarily have to mean I have to, be alone. Especially when I give to a community. Excuse me for the coughing, but yeah, I feel like if this is the advice, definitely look at where are these limited beliefs coming from. Is it because so many people misunderstand you and then, you know, uh, get the wrong idea about where you're coming from? They perceive you as one way when you're actually another way, and you get so tired of explaining yourself, and proving that you have good intentions and or, where is this coming from? I definitely feel like with the season of Aries that we are currently in, it's giving a lot of people a look at where their identity issues are coming from. Like, this is my identity. Why can't people, perceive me in such a way that is like truthful to my intentions? That I'm maybe not necessarily communicating the best, but is that necessarily my fault that someone else is perceiving my communication style as, untrue or not so genuine? I do feel like, yeah, with the Hierophant, though, you will look at, if it's the advice, I would advise you definitely look at where are these limited belief systems stemming from, because just because you've had so many people view you as one way in the past does not mean it's going to continue to be that way. I think that's what I have for you for the next 6 months there, Aquarius. I think that's what I have for you, and if you need to rewatch the reading, definitely hit the rewind button, or go on, scroll to the beginning of the reading in the video and rewatch it. Maybe some information in the guidebook, will give you better clarity after this reading. But yes, thank y'all so much. It said problematic. Oh yeah, that is problematic. Like, how can we maneuver our communication or maneuver around problems around communication? Because it's not necessarily that people view our communication as, maybe it is problematic in that way, but it's like, how can we improve upon our communication to where we can, come across as not only more genuine, but like, hey, this is my intentions, and here is the way I'm going to communicate it. And it's not necessarily your fault if they perceive it as bad or good. We can improve and improve and improve on our communication style all we want, but it's going to be, beauty is going to be in the eye of the beholder no matter what. Someone will see your depth, whether it's emotional depth, intellectual depth, and they're going to project their own perception onto you no matter what. People are going to say and do and believe whatever they want. And that's not up to us, to prove our worth, our genuine energy. Someone will see it in you, and if you're not already married, you will become married. If you're already married, you will gain the respect from the collective for speaking your truth, for being authentic and genuine. But yes, Aquarius, that is what I have for you. I hope it helped. I hope it was insightful to some degree. And I hope to see y'all either tonight on TikTok Live for personal paid readings, or in the next week, maybe see you for another general reading over there on TikTok as well. With that being said, I hope y'all have a good night and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you either, sometime between now and next Saturday for your next TikTok general reading. said, right, and how we communicate is seen as problematic sometimes. The raw honesty is, yeah, throws caution to the wind for them. I mean, some people just can't handle the truth, you know? It shatters their delusion, it shatters their fantasy, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes that needs to happen in order for the reality of a situation to be seen. And because, yeah, just because communication of the truth is problematic doesn't mean that it's helpful, you know, to shatter delusions and or like gets people to wake up, you know? I don't feel like it's a bad thing to speak the truth so brutally. You know, if I feel like insecure people need to be shaken up a bit, like, hey, you don't have to feel so insecure. The reality of the situation is this, you know, and people that are more secure in themselves need insecure people to humble them, you know, because, well, there can be that, you know, it's an equal give and take. It's a balance, you know. Uh, People that are secure in themselves can lose sight of themselves and gain more, you know, an ego boost. Like, yeah, I'm always right. What of it? I've got this Godplex because of it, and I don't see a problem with it. And it's like, well, if you care about certain individuals in your life, you know, you're going to have to humble yourself and sit down, chill out, right? Otherwise, you might lose out on loving people, kind, loving people that could also, yes, be truthful, but in their own way. You know, with that being said, I'm going to leave the live stream here and go onto the water signs here in about 8 minutes. Thank you all for all the love and support, and I will see y'all sometime between now and later. Have a good night, y'all. Take care.